A modern human can master the complexities of the Eightfold Path and still erupt in anger over a delayed oat milk latte. Meet Fletcher. He is the archetype of the modern seeker, a brain equipped with high-speed Wi-Fi, housed within a nervous system still calibrated for primal survival. When physical stress arises, we often retreat into spiritual concepts to escape the discomfort. This is experiential avoidance, a neurological habit of trying to meditate our way out of what the body is actually feeling. Sustainable transformation requires a mechanical rewiring of these biological circuits, executed in a strict chronological sequence. Abstract philosophy becomes effective only when mapped to the literal, hour-by-hour clock of a human day. The protocol begins at 5:20 a.m. with a humble gesture, 90 seconds of deliberate contact with the floor, grounding the body before the brain has time to launch its daily anxieties. This physical weight starves the default mode network of the narrative fuel it needs to build a me versus the world storyline. You are opting for gravity over internal monologue. By 5:30, focus moves to the psoas. Lengthening this deep core muscle signals the brainstem that the environment is safe. This communicates in a language older than Sanskrit. The sympathetic nervous system receives the command to stand down. At 6 a.m., breathwork takes over. The body responds to a specific mechanical rhythm, a 1-second inhale paired with a 2-second exhale. This chart tracks the biological impact of that ratio. Over 3 months, extending the exhale can drop overnight cortisol levels by 42%. By overriding the shallow, frantic breathing of a stressed primate, this protocol begins to repair the survival mechanisms that have governed human biology for millennia. The morning's stillness is immediately challenged by the chaos of the day, gridlock traffic or hostile headlines that trigger an instant stress hormone spike. In this friction, the ancient principle of ahimsa, or nonviolence, functions as a precision tool for neuroplasticity. Practicing nonviolence in a moment of provocation prevents a flood of catecholamines from saturating your bloodstream, keeping the nervous system regulated. Many practitioners make the mistake of trying to meditate on top of their agitation. Effectiveness comes from meeting the physical sensation of the stress directly. Stress behaves like a predator. It only dissolves when you actively starve it of your attention. By evening, concentration naturally stabilizes. The effort of doing meditation gives way to a state of effortless observation. In this state, the posterior cingulate cortex, the brain's mapmaker of the self, goes offline. Gandel waves begin to harmonize across the cortex, signaling a profound physiological shift. When bliss emerges, the human instinct is to grasp at it. We try to possess the feeling, much like a primate trying to capture the wind. Grasping at these states is exactly what exiles the mind from them. The wind was never ours to hold. Deep practice eventually reaches a threshold where the ego begins collapsing, often triggering intense, panic-like responses in the middle of the night. This internal collapse represents the final stage of the process, the moment the body unloads decades of stored tension, so that the real practice can inhabit every second of the day. The ego expects enlightenment to feel pleasant, yet true stillness only remains when the demand for constant comfort finally ceases. The ultimate goal is the courage to sit quietly as the internal narrator, the one who constantly wants things to be different, finally falls silent.